Gavande sir, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome all speakers.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir, for joining too early.
Yeah, no problem.
Good morning to all participants. Good morning to all participants. Good morning to Sangram Chavan sir. Good morning to the Prashant Gawande sir.
Good morning, Reshma. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to everyone. I'm Dr. Reshma Sonwalkar, Assistant Professor in Botany. Welcome you all to this online webinar on biodiversity conservation organized by the Department of Botany and Microbiology in collaboration with the IQAC Jijamata Mahavidyalaya Buldana. Before we go further, I want to review the functionality of GoToWebinar. Your active participation is important throughout the webinar. I request everyone mute yourself to avoid the background noises that may distract you from the listening to the webinar. At the very outset, I pay sincere tribute to Rajmata Jijawu Ma Saheb, late Punjab Rao alias Bhausaheb Deshmukh, founder president of Shri Shivaji Education Society Amravati, and great Karmayogi Sant Gadge Baba. Today we are very delighted to welcome such a brilliant of intellectuals and academics on the occasion of these national webinars on biodiversity conservation on behalf of the Department of Botany and Microbiology, Jijamata Mahavidyalaya, Buldana. Our college was founded in 1956 and is one of the few oldest multi-faculty college in Maharashtra. It is run by the second largest education society in Maharashtra, which was founded in 1932 by the great visionary son of the Marathi soil, Dr. Punjabrao alias Bhausaheb Deshmukh, an educationist, agriculturist, and social reformers. The society currently runs 24 senior colleges, 54 junior colleges, and 75 middle schools that provide educational opportunity in areas like arts, commerce, science, education, physical education, law, engineering, and technology, medical, agriculture, nursing, and other fields. Our chief patron, Honorable Shri Harshavardhanji Deshmukh Saheb, President Shri Shivaji Education Society Amravati, and other respected member of the management as well as respected member of the our college development committee are constant source of inspiration and encouragement for us. I welcome to Honorable Shri Naresh Chandra Thakre Saheb, Vice President of Shri Shivaji Education Society Amravati. I am welcome to the Honorable Shri Ramchandra Shelke Saheb, Vice President of Shri Shivaji Education Society Amravati. I am welcome to the Honorable Advocate Shri Gajanan Rawji Kunkar Saheb, Vice President Shri Shivaji Education Society Amravati. Today we are very happy to have on this virtual platform our inaugural guest, Dr. Prashant Gawande sir, Associate Professor, Sant Gadge Baba, Amravati University, Amravati. Welcome, sir. The chairperson of this webinar, respected Principal Captain Dr. Prashant Kote sir. Welcome, sir. It is a really an honor and pleasure on this occasion to have such distinguished speaker as IFS Mr. Arvind D. Munde sir, Deputy Conservator of the Forest, Central Chanda Forest Division, Chandrapur. Welcome, Arvind Munde sir. Another resource person, Dr. Sangram B. Chavan sir, scientist in forestry, agroforestry of ICR National Institute of Biotic Stress Management, Malegaon, Baramati, Pune. Welcome, Sangram Chavan sir. Also, it is a very satisfying and encouraging to receive such an overwhelming response from the academic and literally fraternity from the different state of India. So, on behalf of the institution and organizing committee, I welcome all of you. Again, welcome to all respected teachers, research scholars, delegates, and all resource persons. Now, I would like to invite the convener of Head Department of Botany, Mr. Anant More sir, for formal welcome and introduction of the guests. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you, madam. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Anant More, convener of this webinar. First of all, I would like to thank you, each one of you, for joining this one-day national level webinar. I pay my sincere homage to Rashtramata Jijau, late Dr. Punjab Rao alias Bhausaheb Deshmukh, founder of Sri Shivaji Education Society, Amravati, and member of Constituent Assembly of India, first Agriculture Minister of India. Okay. Sorry, my camera is not on. Okay, it is on right now. Okay. Now, I am also thank you to our President of Sri Shivaji Education Society Amravati, Honorable Shri Harshavardhan Ji Saheb, Honorable Hemant Ji Garmek Saheb, Member of Executive Council Shivaji Education Society Amravati, who always inspired us for the academic development. Our motivator, Principal Dr. Prashant Kothe sir, and IQAC coordinator Dr. Subodh Chinsole sir. I bid you warm welcome to all renowned speakers and delegates. Good to have their valuable time to be a part of this webinar. We also honored have you all with us. I would also like to offer my regards to all people who made this webinar functional in such a hard time on behalf of the Department of Botany, Microbiology, and Jijamata Mahavidyalaya, Buldana. I welcome to our principal, Dr. Prashant Kothe sir. I profoundly delighted to take an opportunity to introduce today's inaugural speaker, Dr. Prashant Gawande sir. Sir, working in the Sant Gadge Baba Amravati University as an associate professor in Department of Botany. Sir, having a teaching experience 10 years to the UG classes and 10 years to the PG classes in the university. Sir are interested in the molecular biology area of the biology, biotechnology, and sir are working in the molecular taxonomy as well, or systematics. Another well-known speaker which we got today, Mr. Arvind Munde sir. Sir has a current charge as a Indian Forest Service and sir work as a Deputy Conservator of Forest Division, Chandrapur, Maharashtra. Sorry for the technical problem. It was with this instrument. Mr. Arvind Munde sir will be deal with the innovative successful capture operation of tigers in India. And another speaker we got today, that is Dr. Sangram Chavan sir. Sir is working currently as a scientist of forestry and agroforestry in Indian National Institute of Biotic Stress Management, Malegaon, Baramati, Pune. All honorable member of advisory committee and all faculty members, all participants, delegates, all thank you to all. The schedule of this webinar focus mainly on the biodiversity of the world and biodiversity of the Buldana district, that is the Jijamata biodiversity sanctuary, which is located in Buldana district, and this will be defined the role of biodiversity. Biodiversity is a very important property. So we have to conserve this property, and what are the importance of biodiversity to make our country reach in every aspect of the science. And this is all the things, all the speakers will make you convenient for this, and I hope everyone will be cooperate to this webinar and make this webinar successful. And thank you everyone for joining this meeting, and I'm transferring this dais over to you, Dr. Sonwalkar madam.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to invite Dr. Prashant Gawande, sir, Professor of Botany, Sant Gadge Baba, Amravati University, for his inaugural address. The topic of the speech is the India's role of the grassland in biodiversity conservation with the special reference to the Nyan Ganga Wildlife Sanctuary. Welcome, sir, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Can I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. At the outset, I pay my gratitude towards the educationalist and reformer, Dr. Bausaheb Ali Punjabrao Deshmukh, and again tribute to Rashtramata Jijau. Here I congratulate my friend Dr. Prashant Kothe. He is a principal of this institution, for inviting me as a inaugurator for this biodiversity conservation webinar. Let us see, all over the world, there is the conservation strategies are there. We have to conserve our natural resources by utilizing all field knowledge for the sake of conservation of wild plants, wild resources, along with the conservation of the animals. This is what happens during last decade. We again focus on the environmental conservation strategies along with the conservation of these natural resources. I am quite familiar with the forest nearer to the Amravati. That means the Buldana forest belongs to the Amravati division. That includes the Satpura hilly ranges. I was completed one project on the Western Ghats of Maharashtra state. When I surveyed all these forests, then I will find the Buldana district have to have a largest grassland in the state of Maharashtra. When I was working for the grazing settlement of Buldana district, then I found many more things are there that have to have pay attention in order to conserve our natural resources. And this is the Nyan Ganga Wildlife Sanctuary, not only Nyan Ganga Wildlife Sanctuary, because the Buldana district have to have the centuries along with the territorial forest area. Here, in this case, we have to pay more attention towards the development of the new grasslands in the territorial region for the purpose of grazing settlement. On the other hand, we have to carry some more things for the purpose of creation of grazing base towards the wild animals. Unless and until we cannot create the base, that is grazing base, there is a non-possibility to conserve other wild animals, because herbivores comes first. Later on, there is a carnivorous chain. When the herbivorous and carnivorous that living together, that needs to require a strong grazing base. Throughout the world, we have the grazing base as in the form of grasslands. Because when we trace back the history of this universe, then you will find most of the times on this planet, there is a creation of natural resources as in the form of cold desert or in the form of warm deserts. When we trace back, then you will find the upper Cretaceous and lower Cretaceous is a period that during the Cretaceous transitions, naturally, there is an establishment of all these resources, what we call as natural resources. Forget about the other eras, but more transitional era is a Cretaceous era. During this Cretaceous period, there is a creation of these angiosperms pertaining to the creation of the monocotyledons and dicotyledons. And there is a concrete establishment during this Cretaceous period. Prior to that, the Jurassic and Triassic is the golden age of gymnosperms and pteridophytes. But when we consider the gymnosperms and pteridophytes, then you will find the gymnosperms and pteridophytes that always adhere to the cold desert. These are the entities that always carry forward in the cold desert. Once the humidity increases, once the monsoon and all other things, because there is a tectonic plate shifting. During this tectonic plate shifting, the vast environmental changes are there. When we talking about the continents, this is what we called it as a continental drift. Antarctic and Arctic. Antarctic is a continent and Arctic is a sea. That's why whatever shifting is there, that is from Antarctic towards the Arctic. And during this transition, during the Jurassic, Triassic, Upper Cretaceous, Lower Cretaceous, meticulously there is a creation of a different environment along with the transformation of earlier varieties, earlier plants to the new one. That means that adaptation is one of the most important parameter that dealt by the environmental changes. There is adaptation, and because of this adaptive adaptive evolution, there is a creation of a different types of forests. Now, when we talking about the environment of Maharashtra, then you will find on one side, when we're talking about the Sahyadri hilly ranges, on one side, there is a humid condition is there. The part that is that start from the Pune, then to the Kolhapur, up to the Amboli and lastly to the Amboli Amba Ghat and up to the Hello, what happens? Hello, please mute your mic, na. What happens during this transition? One is a humid tropical condition is there. Now, another type of condition, that humid type condition created by northern Western Ghats. This is a part of the Western Ghats. Along with the northern Western Ghats, there is a creation of the humid tropical conditions. When we talking about our Vidarbha region, then you will find topographically, geographically, the forest under the Chandrapur division is different than that of the Amravati division and Nagpur division. The Chandrapur divisional forests that always again have to have some sort of humid conditions. When we shifted towards the Amravati division, then you will find in Amravati division, deciduous forests are there, and the humidity is less as compared to the Alapalli, Gadchurili, Bhambragad. That means the forest nearer to, that means under the Chandrapur division. Now, basically, when we compare the 5 districts of Amravati division, then you will find the humidity is more in Amravati as compared to Akola. When the Akola have to have more humidity as compared to Buldana. See, the temperature and humidity that plays very important and vital role for the distribution of forest cover. Particularly in Melghat, the Satpura hilly ranges of central India. I am talking about the Satpura hilly ranges of central India. The central India Satpura hilly ranges that again have to have wide geographical distribution. Temperature and humidity difference is there. Particularly when I am talking about the Buldana, then you will find the Buldana district is a district that bordered the trace zone of or the non-assured rainfall zone of Marathwada. I am worried about the whatever things are there because of the grazing activity is more in Marathwada. Because of that, the grassland and forest cover decrease in Marathwada. Nowadays, during last decade, there is a migration of animals towards Buldana district, and ultimately this is a threat towards the grassland base of the Buldana district, right? When anyone talking about the conservation, you must rely on the grazing base. The grazing base day by day in territorial forest area nearer to the Buldana is decreasing. Only the thing is, there is a because of the conservative strategies in Nanganga Wildlife Sanctuary, and because of the rules and regulation there is a difference in the territorial forest regulations and the conserved forest regulations. That Nanganga Wildlife Sanctuary conserved most of the grasses. It's the largest conservatory of grasses in the district of Buldana. When we move from Sindakal Raja to the Mehekar, then you will find because of the grazing, because of the overgrazing, the grass base is depleting. There is a depleting down of the grass base from Sindakal Raja to the Mehekar to the Khamgaon. When we moving toward the Buldana, the concrete base is there because of the Nanganga Wildlife Sanctuary. When we moving towards the Khandesh, right, then you will find again there is a decreasing the vegetative base up to the Jalgaon. That means there must be some sort of conservative strategies, because the Satpura hilly ranges of Maharashtra state or central India, these Satpura hilly ranges are nothing but a corridor between the Satpura hilly ranges of Madhya Pradesh. When we talking about the movement of these wild animals, then this is a corridor. This is a way, because we interrupt corridor because of the depletion of the vegetative base or grazing base. That's why there is urgent need to address this issue that related to the creation of grazing base. One more thing, in every forest division, they import seed from Jalna and spread the grass vegetation in the territorial region. Because of this, the biodiversity of the forest, as in the form of non-woody plants, is decreased. That's why my topic of our today's discussion pertaining to the grassland vegetation of Ganga Wildlife Sanctuary. Can I able to share my screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Make me a co-host.
Yes, sir. Just a minute.
I am not the conservator, but I am a molecular taxonomist. That's why I collected all this information because I worked for the grazing settlement of Buldana district. That's why I want to share my experiences. I want to add some information for this August gathering. More sir, make me co-host.
Yes, sir.
2 minutes. Wait for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
माझे गोष्टच नाही मी गोष्टच नाही माझ्याकडून होणार नाही
सर त्यांना होस्ट करायचंय. सर वेट फॉर 2 minutes.
Okay, no problem. मी मेलला पाठवू का प्रेझेंटेशन? तुम्ही शेअर करा, काही प्रॉब्लेम नाही, नो प्रॉब्लेम.
More sir.
Yes, sir. I am not currently the host. The host is trying to make you the co-host, so
Yeah.
you will be able to share your screen.
त्यांना काढून टाका. डिस्टर्ब कर त्यांना काढून टाका.
मोरे सर मला मेल फॉरवर्ड केला तर मी करून देतो, नो प्रॉब्लेम.
हॅलो, शेअर स्क्रीन जर ऑन केलं तर जे स्पीकर आहेत ते स्वतःच करू शकतील.
1 minute. सर
को-होस्ट केलं तरी चालतं किंवा
हा.
ते तरी केलं तरी चालेल, ऑप्शन, नो प्रॉब्लेम.
Sir, by bad luck, the option to make the co-host is not presented at our screen.
One minute. I am sharing with you my slides on your email, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you share, no problem.
Sir, you are a co-host now, sir.
Sir, you are co-host now.
Yeah, okay, no problem.
नेटवर्क मुळे एवढा
My screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
No problem. Wait just a minute. Okay. Now I am talking about the grassland ecosystem. You know, the grassland ecosystem is a ecosystem where the grasses are dominant with other herbaceous plants. That is what is non-woody plants. This is a traditional landscape that establish the forest by the rejuvenation of these small seeds. And non-regeneration of woody plants because of the less humidity. Temperature is more, humidity is less. When we consider the grasslands of the world, then you will find these grasslands restricted towards the North America, South America, Africa, Europe, and towards Australia, right? Why this distribution is there? Because of the temperature difference. You know, the two deserts are there, cold deserts and hot deserts. Because of the cold desert, North America, South America, Africa, and some part of Europe, along with Australia, that have to have the cold desert system. When we're talking about the Asia Pacific, then you will find some of the region that having cold desert and other regions that having hot desert. In India, the eastern and western Himalayan region that have to have the cold desert system. The rest of the site that maintain the humid tropic, and the regions like in central India is less humid and deciduous forest cover is there. Meagerly 10% of forest cover that occupied by the grassland ecosystem. This grassland ecosystem that established for the purpose of the vegetation cover. Trees are less and other herbaceous plants, including grasses, that are more, and in these cases humidity is less, temperature is more, dry dry deciduous type of vegetation that maintained in the central India. However, the humidity increases towards the southern part of India because of the Pacific, Arabic, and Bay of Bengal like oceans. That means total India covered at border site 75% of geographical zones that covered by these oceans. That's why in some of the region, humidity is well maintained. And in some of the regions, humidity is less and weather dry. Dry weather condition and the less humidity that creates the grasslands for the sake of, in order to make the vegetation base. This is about the grassland of world. Here, typical grassland that always exhibits the summer temperature up to 30 degrees centigrade. But we, the Vidarbhians, the region under the Vidarbha, some of the region that exhibits 45 degrees centigrade up to 48 degrees centigrade temperature during summertime. The another condition is in winter, the temperature deplete down up to 0 degrees centigrade. In some of the cases, only or in the seasons, in some of the seasons that our region exhibits 0 degrees centigrade temperature. Otherwise, the temperature of Vidarbha region is meagerly up to 8 degrees centigrade. See the average rainfall, that grassland that always have to have average rainfall about 10 to 30 inches. This is what the concrete parameters for the establishment of grasslands. But when we talking about your district, Buldana district, that situated under the Tapi and Godavari river basin. Up to Jalgaon, up to Khandesh, this basin is Purna river subbasin. including some parts of Akola up to Khandesh. This is a Purna River sub-basin area. But most important thing, with Buldana district, that place under the Tapi and partly with Godavari river basin. One of the well-known ghat is Payan Ghat. This Payan Ghat drain through Painganga and Katepurna rivers. These are the tributaries of Godavari. When we consider the Satpura hilly ranges, up to Madhya Pradesh, that is Payan Ghat and Balaghat, these are the fertile zones. Area of Buldana district, 9,745 square kilometers. And forest cover in Buldana district, 1,558 square kilometers. Only 16% of the area of Buldana district. In the 16%, under this 16%, only 7% are occupied by the concrete grassland base. The rest of the things that are open, that is because of the open grazing, there is a non-establishment of the grassland along with the other herbaceous plant base. Dry weather, temperature fluctuation, these two are the main culprits towards the creation of desert-like situation. But the base is again maintained by the virtue of the grasses available. Creation of base. You know the climate is dry. Only 754 mm is the rainfall. Prior to that, we talking about the inches, more than 10 inches rainfall. But here, in Buldana district, the rainfall is 754 mm. Nowadays, there is little bit fluctuation in the rainfall data of Buldana district because of the climate change. The total undulated platform of the Buldana district that covered by grasses. And grassland ecosystem is one of the ecosystem that is disturbance dependent ecosystem is there. Because of the climate change, because of the many more things, come into picture that able to drag this forest towards the establishment of grassland ecosystem. But one most important thing I want to share with you, though the grassland ecosystem is there, still the conserved area that restored the herbaceous base because of this complete stopping down of grazing and other human activities. That's why the one of the best and largest grassland in central India. When I study the ecosystem dynamics of the grassland, then I identified the herbaceous plants along with the grass members. Here is the co-evolution of or the coexistence of these grasses along with some herbaceous plant. Some trees are there, but the less number of trees available in the forest of Buldana district. Through the transect studies using belt transect and line transect method, we have some sample species are here. You know the indigofera. Indigofera have to have two species, linifolia and fruticosa. Yalla Nilumantat, right? Acacia nilotica, Mimosa smithia contracta, Cassia tora, Teprosia purpurea. Alicicarpus have to have three species. Again, Tribulus terrestris, Euphorbia geniculata. Again, the temperature tolerant species, Leucas, Lausomia, Salvia, Ocimum, Acheranthus. These are the grass species. Anthenum, Solanum is again the plant, Virginianum. Anthenum, Thymeda, Stylozanthis, Cyperus, Arachne, Dictylopinum, Illucine, Eragrostis, Cynodon, Chloris, Brachyraria, Penicitum, Digitaria, Echinocola, Paspaladium, Dicanthum, Heteropogon, Setaria, again herbaceous, Rangia, Tridax, Hypomea, Lagasca, Euphorbia, Ginea, Sida, Cajanus, Inicostemon, Xanthium. These all these 75 herbaceous and grass species that we identified from this grassland floor. All these species need to require most of the species under the family Fabaceae. That's why that maintain the nitrogen and other nutritional base for the for the growth of these grasses. That's why the Buldana district maintain all the things, particularly in the Jnanganga Wildlife Sanctuary. These are the ranges under the forest of Buldana district. Here is a sampling process. Is a Khamgaon, then the Buldana, here Buldana, Chikli. Here is a overgrazed, this place nearer to the Mecca. Overgrazing, because of the overgrazing, here is the absence of base. Jnanganga Wildlife Sanctuary, see, there is a difference. Jnanganga Wildlife Sanctuary, the grass base, the vegetative cover is more as compared to the grazed. Lopping is one of the activity. That activity reduce the forest canopy, tree canopy. Because the Anjan, Kuda, these are the trees that again utilize for the animal feeding. This is our exploration through our students and my faculty members. These are the plants: Indigofera, Linifolia fruticosa, Acacia, Mimosa, Smithia, Cassia, Teprosia, Alicicarpus. Here again Alicicarpus vaginalis, Blipperifolius, Tribulus, Euphorbia, Lucas, Lawsonia, Salvia, Ocimum, Acheranthus. This is Anthenum, Solanum, Thymeda. Thymeda is the most dominant grass. Thymeda triandra, the most dominant grass. Jnanganga Wildlife Sanctuary. Styloxanthis, again Cyperus, RH indrasimosa, Dictylotenium Egypticum, then Eleusine, then Cynodon, Chloris. Chloris barbata is again dominant in the forest of Jnanganga Wildlife Sanctuary in the Buldana district. Brachyraria, 2 species of Brachyraria is there. Sorry, 3 species of Brachyraria. but most of the regions that exhibits Thymida is the dominant. Penicitum, Digitaria, Echinocola, Paspaladium, Dicanthium, Heteropogon, Setaria. These again herbaceous best, Orangia, Tridax, Ipomia lagaska. Celosia, Soncus. Again, the most of this base is a desert base that we identified from the forest of Buldana district. It's again the herbaceous plants, Melilotus, Leonitis, Vernonia, Lantana, Zornia. Again, this is a Hardwickia bainata, Pterocarpus marsupium. Especially these two trees, this Hardwickia bainata, we called it as the Dutkadi, Charoli, Pterocarpus marsupium. These two trees utilize by lopping for the purpose of stall feeding, right? The grazing have some most of the times there are disadvantages, but one more advantage is there. There is the dispersal of seeds. See, here is a germination through the pellet, and that is because of this there is a dispersal of seeds, but the percentage of dispersal is less as compared to the germination of the green base in the grassland vegetation. The tree base is here. Very less number of Tectona grandis, Acacia nilotica, Boswellia serrata, called it as a Kuda, Holorina pubescens, here called it as Anjan. Most of the times that Anjan utilized for feeding of stall feeding of animals. Hardwickia bainata, Dutkadi, Rhatia tinctoria. These are the tree species. Very less number of tree species is available in the forest of Buldana district. That's why the environment is capable to do or capable to establish the grass cover as in the form of grassland. Now I am talking about these two grasses because some of the grasses that utilize by the animals as a food. Most of the times beer is utilized Spodiopogon rhizosporus, for feeding. But in the forest of Buldana district, very little bit or very less frequency of this grass. And because of the less frequency of grasses, such a edible and most potable grasses in the forest of Buldana district, that's why the herbivore base is less. Herbivorous animals are less. That's why the carnivorous base is again as compared to the herbivore is less. This is what I want to share this information with you for the purpose of, if you maintain these grasses, such type of grasses in the forest of Buldana district, because the environment is favorable for the establishment of these grasses in the forest of Buldana district, just you have to increase the population size. Otherwise, one day will come, we will find only Themeda is there. That eliminates some herbaceous plant species from this region, and at the same time, the herbivore base is depleted. Nowadays, the depleting, there will be a less fodder grasses availability. Then obviously, at this instance, there is a depleting down the number of herbivores. Obviously, because of the less number of herbivores, again carnivores, number of carnivores is again less. Some of the grasses that wild animals utilize for resting. I take one example. Aplis manus. Aplis manus hurtilus is a grass that animals consider this grass as a bed, that utilize like bed for resting. That's why all these things you have to consider for the creation of a good grassland. If you maintain all these things, all these species, then it will be more advantageous towards the development of the grassland in the district of Buldana. For the identification of biodiversities or the varietal base and species base and generic base, Here is a mitochondrial ribosomal RNA marker system we utilize. Can I run out of time?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Either my time is over.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, I will finish within 5 minutes. Right?
Okay, sir.
No problem. Now, for animals, the animal mitochondrial genome we utilize for the identification as well as for the concrete number of animals in the area. We utilize these ribosomal RNA genes. 12S rDNA, 16S rDNA, the mitochondrial 12S rDNA. These are the highly conserved region that we utilize up to the categorical level, as well as for the identification of number of wild animals in the vicinity or in the forest area. We utilize most of the times mitochondrial DNA because of the mitochondrial DNA is a maternal site inheritance that transfer from one generation to the another generation in toto without any crossing word. Again, we take some the repetitive and highly conserved sequences for the purpose of identification of animals. COX is a gene that we utilize from the mitochondria, animal mitochondria. And another molecular marker we utilize, but is RAPD and AFLP as a marker system. But most of the times we utilize microsatellite marker system for the identification of animals. But for the plant, we have the more advantage as compared to animals, because in plants, mitochondria along with the chloroplast is there. Both belongs to the maternal type of inheritance. That's why we utilize RBCL, ATPP, TRNLF, Mature K. These are the genes we utilize for the identification of diversity in the forest. Because some of the plants that miss, there is the critical flowering is there, the critical period of flowering is there. That's why we have to identify this plant and up to the varietal level, up to the species level, by utilizing the chloroplast genome. This is what the one of the way for the identification of the biodiversity by flora and fauna by utilizing the genes when morphologically there is a non-possibility of identification of this plant species. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Very nice presentation and very nice work and a very nice collection of the plants, grasslands. Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Respected sir. Dr. Prashant Gawande, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you, madam.
For the first session, we are having a very brilliant speaker, IFS Mr. Arvind Munde, sir, Deputy Conservator of Forest, Central Chanda Forest Division, Chandrapur. The topic of his presentation is Innovative Successful Capture Operation of a Tiger. Welcome, sir. Welcome, Mr. Arvind Munde, sir. Wait for 1 minute. Sir.
Munde sir, you have to unmute yourself first, then we can go ahead.
वेट सरांना थोडासा टेक्निकल प्रॉब्लेम आहे 1 मिनिटामध्ये सर कनेक्ट होत आहेत. फोन केला ना. सर अनम्यूट करा. आधी म्यूट झालं तर तुम्ही. वेट फॉर 1 minute. सर मोबाईल वरून कनेक्ट होत आहे. ठीक आहे सर, जोपर्यंत कनेक्ट होत आहे तोपर्यंत नेक्स्ट रिसोर्स पर्सन आपल्याशी कम्युनिकेट करतील. सो नाव आय वुड लाईक इन्व्हाइट द सेकंड रिसोर्स पर्सन, डॉक्टर संग्राम चव्हाण सर, सायंटिस्ट फॉरेस्ट्री एग्रो फॉरेस्ट्री ICAR. संग्राम सर.
हॅलो.
हा हॅलो.
हा डॉक्टर रेश्मा, माझा एक दुसरा एक अकाउंट आहे, त्याला एकदा होस्ट करा, म्हणजे मी लॅपटॉप मी माझं प्रेझेंटेशन शेअर करेन. ऍक्च्युली मी 2 मोबाईल वरून पण कनेक्ट झालेलो आहे आणि त्या फक्त मोबाईल वाला को होस्ट आहे. जर मला लॅपटॉप वाला अकाउंटला जर को होस्ट केलं तर मी शेअर करेन.
ठीक आहे ठीक आहे, 1 मिनिट. एक जणाला host करा.
मॅडम माझा आवाज येतोय?
हो सर, हा सर, वेलकम सर. संग्राम सर, प्लीज वेट फॉर 2 minutes.
ओके. नो इश्यू.
ओके सर.
सॉरी संग्राम.
हा काय नाही सर.
Madam, may I start or would you like to give some introduction or you already completed your part?
Okay sir, and welcome sir, and nice to meet you sir.
Yes, me. Yes, madam. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes sir.
Okay. So shall I start?
Yes sir.
Okay. So very good afternoon to everyone. I am extremely sorry because I was actually listening Gawande sir properly, but due to some technical issues, I was not able to unmute myself. So I have done registration again, and then I am in front of you all. It's like it's my privilege to address this gathering. I heartily welcome all of you. The topic of our discussion is like biodiversity conservation. So Dr. Gawande sir has given emphasis on plant life. So I would like to give emphasis on animal life. So right now I am posted at Chandrapur as a Deputy Conservator of Forest, Central Chanda. I would like to I would like to present a short video also and a presentation which will be hardly of 9 to 10 slides. And I am sure I will not bore you, all of you. It will be really like you people will appreciate how tiger can be captured in an innovative way. So I would like to give some background to the tiger capture operation. It's like since January 2019, one tiger, he was in the area of Rajura, so we used to call him as Rajura tiger. So his name was like RT1. So Rajura Tiger 1. So since January 2019, that tiger was responsible for some human deaths or human injuries also. I cannot say directly tiger was responsible. Human presence in tiger area was the most important reason for that. And fortunately, we could capture that tiger. It's not easy to capture a tiger. It's very difficult to sight a tiger. So capturing tiger, it's almost impossible thing. But still, we have developed some mechanisms and tools through which we can capture a tiger. But this operation was very unique operation. So I would like to first of all present my video. Then we will talk on the presentation, which will be hardly of 9 to 10 slides. And then I will have questions. So I hope I am audible to all of you. मॅडम मी ऐकू येते तुम्हाला?
हो सर.
ओके. I hope my screen is visible to all of you.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So first of all, I will play a video of 7 to 8 minutes. And so you will come to know how we have done that operation.
Okay, sir.
Chandrapur district and its surrounding area host 60% of total tiger population of Maharashtra.
सर व्हिडिओ व्हिडिओ प्ले नाही झालेला आहे.
प्ले होत नाही मॅडम?
नाही, प्ले नाही झालेला आहे.
ओके ओके मॅडम, 1 सेकंड. पण माझी स्क्रीन दिसत आहे ना तुम्हाला?
हो सर.
ओके ओके. आता दिसत आहे मॅडम?
नाही दिसत आहे सर अजून.
मे बी थोडासा उशिरा दिसू शकतो आपल्याला.
ऑडिबल आहे, फक्त व्हिडिओ दिसत नाही.
ओके, व्हिडिओ दिसत नाहीत का?
सर व्हिडिओ ना पहिले ओपन करून ठेवा सर डेस्कटॉप वर तुमचे.
ओके ओके.
आणि नंतर शेअर करा.
ओके.
हे झूम मिनिमाइज करून.
येस
open
येस
करा.
येस येस.
सर सर करंट स्क्रीन को मिनिमाइज कर दो.
मॅडम स्क्रीन दिसत आहे माझी?
हो सर.
व्हिडिओ तुम्हाला दिसत आहे?
व्हिडिओ नाही दिसत आहे.
फक्त ऑडिबल आहे तुम्हाला? आवाज येतोय का?
हो, आवाज येत आहे.
सर स्क्रीनवर ओपन करा, त्याला मिनिमाइज करा. हा आता दिसत आहे सर.
सर
आता दिसत आहे का?
हो सर.
ओके. खूप सारे टेक्निकल इश्यूज होत राहतात, आपण चांगलं प्रेझेंटेशन करायला जातो तर.
नाही काही प्रॉब्लेम. विजिबल नाव सर.
ओके ग्रेट.
Chandrapur district and its surrounding area host
And I hope properly audible also.
Yes sir.
Okay okay then.
60% of total tiger population of Maharashtra. There are mining, power and other various manufacturing industries and dense forests also. That's why while dealing with the human-wildlife conflict, Forest Department always needs to be more conscious. Central Chanda Forest Division is one of the division in Chandrapur district, and this division has set an ideal example of handling human-wildlife conflict. Since January 2019, the tiger RT1 has created a panic situation among the villagers and farmers of Rajura, Virur, Kothari range by attacking fatally on them. Hence, department was under tremendous pressure to capture RT1 tiger.
जानेवारी 2019 पासून ज्या मनुष्यहानी आणि मनुष्य जखमीच्या घटना घडलेल्या होत्या, तर यामुळे स्थानिक लोकांमध्ये वन विभागाच्या प्रती असंतोष निर्माण होत होता. त्यामुळे आम्हाला लवकरात लवकर पावले उचलून या वाघात जेरबंद करण्यासाठी अथक प्रयत्न करावे लागत होते.
To avoid any future incidences, people representatives and local villagers were enraged with the forest department, and hence without public support it was becoming very difficult for the forest department to work in this field. Even some of the people representatives demanded to shoot the tiger. There was another hurdle in the operation, as personnel involved in the operation were infected by COVID-19 virus. Now, there were two main challenges in front of the forest department. First one was to capture tiger as early as possible, and another one was to prevent any human deaths. Hence, there was utmost need for robust and innovative strategy. Accordingly, a strategy was planned. "25 forest guards of Special Tiger Protection Force from Tadoba Andhari Tiger Reserve were specially called to trace the RT1 tiger's location. These guards were divided into 4 different groups. Then grids of 1 square kilometer were formed and 135 camera traps were installed in those grids, as well as 72 PIPs were made to know the recent movement of the tiger. These camera traps and PIPs were checked twice in a day. Based on the information of camera traps and PIPs, 4 teams of STPF were used to patrol in search of RT1 tiger. After finishing task of camera trap and PIPs checking, regular field staff used to alert villagers and evict them from forest fringes. And for that, 35 local youths of 14 surrounding villages were roped in. By this time, tigers started to avoid human presence, and hence 2 automatic traps without human disturbance were placed on the expected route of the tiger below the existing bridge. Out of these 2, one was below narrow old railway bridge. Use of such railway bridge to capture tiger was totally a new concept.
याच्यात सर्वात महत्त्वाचं की मध्यभागी एक प्लेट आहे. त्या प्लेटवर हलकासा जरी पाय पडला किंवा हलकंसं जरी वजन पडलं तर त्याच्या दाबामुळे एक हुक ऑटोमॅटिक ओपन होईल आणि त्यानंतर हे दोन्ही दरवाजे 1 सेकंदमध्ये खाली पडतील आणि हे अशा पद्धतीने पडतील की हे एका फ्रेममध्ये चॅनलमध्ये असल्यामुळे हे दरवाजे पुन्हा हलवता येणार नाही. तर आणि याला आतमधल्या बाजूने आम्ही प्लायवूडचा कव्हर दिलेला आहे की जेणेकरून याला चावण्याचा किंवा याला तोडण्याचा प्रयत्न वाघाकडून होणार नाही.
Even net trap and night vision CCTVs around that trap was installed in the possible area of tiger movement. To avoid any untoward incidents, farmers having farms adjoining to the forest area were informed by the field staff to stay alert and return home before evening. During night, announcements were made in the surrounding villages requesting people to remain away from the forest area. On 27th of October 2020, while doing regular patrolling, lady forest guard noticed pug mark of RT1 tiger.
जात असताना समोरील कॅमेरा ट्रॅप मध्ये 8:02 RT1 वाघ गेल्याचे दिसून आले.
कॅमेरा चेक केला असता त्यांच्या लक्षात आले की 8:02 इथून वाघ कक्ष क्रमांक 176 कडे जाताना दिसत आहे.
Thereafter, patrolling team started to move towards compartment number 176, and then the team found fresh scat of tiger. Pug mark, camera trap image, and scat confirmed the route of the tiger's movement. In addition, STPF team had direct sighting of RT1 tiger around 2:30 p.m. Now it was established that tiger was moving towards compartment number 179, where trap was set below the railway bridge. At 3:15 p.m., the team which was keeping an eye on the railway bridge trap in compartment number 179 heard loud sound of doors of trap getting closed.
ऑक्टोबर रोजी दुपारी 3:15 वाजता या सापळ्यामध्ये RT1 वाघ बंदिस्त झाला.
After receiving information, DCF along with dart shooter and veterinarian rushed to the spot immediately.
पशुवैद्यकीय अधिकारी आणि प्रशिक्षित डार्टर होते, त्यांच्या मदतीने आम्ही वाघाला 4:20 डार्ट केले. यशस्वीरित्या तो बेशुद्ध झाला.
At 4:20 p.m., the dart was propelled and animal was tranquilized. Veterinarian administered reverse drug after placing tiger inside the transport cage.
त्यानंतर त्याला TTC चंद्रपूर येथे नेण्यात आले. तिथून त्याला गोरेवाडा प्राणी संग्रहालय व बचाव केंद्र नागपूर येथे शिफ्ट करण्यात आले.
Since last 2 years, RT1 tiger, who was responsible for 8 human deaths, was captured successfully by the team of Central Chanda Forest Division.
कित्येक दिवस आमच्या कर्मचाऱ्यांनी पावसामध्ये रात्र काढलेले आहेत. रोडवर बसलेले आमचे साहेब सुद्धा कित्येकदा मचानीवर त्यांनी रात्री काढल्या. तर अशा प्रकारे आमची RT1ची मोहीम 1 वर्षापर्यंत चालणारी ती फते झाली आणि आमच्या सगळे अधिकारी कर्मचाऱ्यांनी एक मोकळा श्वास घेतला.
अथक प्रयत्न आमच्या क्षेत्रीय कर्मचाऱ्यांनी, वनरक्षक, वनपाल्यांनी केलेले आहेत. रोज त्याची पेट्रोलिंग करणे, दिवसातून 2 वेळा कॅमेरा ट्रॅप चेक करणे, त्यामुळे हे आपल्याला शेवटच्या दिवशी शक्य झालं.
Continuous observation by field staff, proper workforce management, 100% utilization of geographical condition and participation of localites made this rescue operation unique and ideal.
I hope the video was quite enthralling. So I would like to give one presentation regarding this, so that after that we can. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so after that we can have questions and whatever doubts or anyone want to ask anything, so we can. So I would like to give a small presentation.
Okay.
I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
So as I have already given an introduction regarding this tiger, it's the RT1 tiger. We call it as because of Rajura.
PPT not visible, but screen is visible, but PPT not visible. Maybe.
Okay, one second. मॅडम आताही दिसत नाही का स्क्रीन?
नाही सर.
ओके, वन सेकंड.
स्क्रीन दिसत आहे, बट PPT शो नाही होतो.
ओके.
तर PPT ओपन करून ठेवा आणि नंतर शेअर स्क्रीन करा.
येस, तसंच करत आहे मी. I hope आता visible आहे.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So as I have already given an introduction regarding this tiger, it's because of Rajura region. We have called him RT1, Rajura Tiger 1. So I have already had an introduction regarding that. Since January 2019, there were human deaths and human injuries. So people were so aggrieved and aggressive regarding this capture of tiger. Otherwise, why were first question comes to anyone's mind is like that. Why we are capturing a tiger? It's like rather than tiger, I can call it in a scientific language, it's species. It's a keystone species of our ecosystem. So if at all I fail to capture a tiger, which is a problematic tiger, otherwise there is a danger to a whole species. It's like if at all I would have failed in capture of this tiger operation, of this tiger, there was pressing demand for shooting of the animal, that would have resulted in a big loss for the species. So capturing a tiger and placing him somewhere else, or placing him somewhere like you can say in a rescue center, or you can say in a wild, that's like a species conservation, what I feel. So this was Rajura Tiger 1. So we have called him RT1. The portion which I have shown is like it's a Rajura area. You can see it's a continuous patch. It's almost 10,000 hectares of land is there. And in and around that area, all the villages are there and all the agricultural lands are there. You can just see the southward portion of Rajura. It's like Virur range is there. So that tiger used to cross that Rajura from Rajura to Virur via Nala, via agriculture farms. And so while crossing itself, or sometimes people used to go, sometimes I can say many times people used to go inside the forest, and the incidences has happened inside the forest only. only 2 incidences which were on the way when tiger was passing from one forest area to another forest area. Otherwise, all the incidences were inside the forest only. And one more thing is, like, when we captured this tiger, Honorable CM of Maharashtra, he personally called me and he congratulated, and he said that it's a wonderful work done by your team. And his first question was that, was it a man-eater tiger? So my clear reply to Honorable CM of Maharashtra was that it was not a man-eater tiger. People used to venture inside the forest. It's not like tiger used to come to the villages and he used to attack on people. It has never happened, and it's not a habit of any tiger. So declaring a man-eater tiger, it's like a very worst possibility. And you can see it's my divisions area, almost 1,12,000 hectare of area which is I am having. So the tiger RT1 was in the Rajura region, which I have encircled it. There were 3 ranges which were the RT1 tiger was moving. All these ranges were adjoining ranges, but whenever he used to pass from one range to another range, he used to pass through river, he used to pass through Nala, he used to pass through agriculture fields, but his maximum movement was there in Rajura range. So these were my compartments, and this was the area, almost 35,000 hectare of. See, a tiger who is not having any compass with him, but he can travel a 35,000 hectare of area. We should actually be happy to see a tiger, actually, because without having any how a sixth sense or how extra sense may be working for a tiger, we can appreciate that thing. So what we have done, so we must know the location of animal. It's not like every time we will get real time location. Okay, now time is like 12:30, so we will get location by 12:30 only. So we have installed camera traps, and PIP is like a pugmark impression pads are there. Camera traps were installed, and those camera traps twice in a day. And PIPs, why PIPs are important? PIPs tells us from which direction tiger has gone to which direction. So direction of the animal, and the pug marks helps us to know whether those pug marks were old, those pug marks were new, how many days back tiger have crossed this area. So these PIPs helps us, and these camera traps, these helps us to know the location of the tiger. So you can see these were the grids. We have placed these many camera traps everywhere, and to know the location of the tiger. That's why we were able to know on the last day of successful capture operation where the tiger was. So the way we are placing camera traps like this, many times we use local stumps of trees, and sometimes we put some stakes also to install the cameras. And what I have told, it's like pugmark impression pads. What we do, we generally dug up some soil and saw that whenever forestry, like tiger generally follows the soft areas. It's like it's not he avoids to go through thorny areas, because whenever his main weapon is his legs, and if at all he fails, if at all some injury happens to his legs, then his paws, then he may not hunt, and he may not able to properly. So pugmark impression pads are there from which we can easily understand the direction to which direction tiger has moved. So this was our routine. You can appreciate how field staff were working so hard. So from 6 to 8 in the morning, we used to check the camera trap and PIPs. Based on that data, we have created one WhatsApp group that time, and we used to get a data, and then we used to decide the direction, the area where we have got camera trap images, the area where we have got pug marks. So we used to send our patrolling team around the village area. It's like my first priority was that we should avoid human death, and the second priority was like to capture the tiger. If at all people are moving towards agriculture, people are on the boundary of forest and agriculture, there are very much chances of getting conflict between tiger and agriculture laborers, or you can say farmers. So what we used to do, then we used to devise a strategy of where to go for patrolling, whenever we used to get any information. And there is special tiger protection force is there. The special tiger protection force of Tadoba is Andhari Tiger Reserve. They used to go because they were so expert in identifying the pug marks, and they used to know, they can smell the presence of tiger also. So they were so special in that job. So from 10 to 16, they used to travel in the forest where we used to get location of the tiger. Then local youths were used for the patrolling, because whenever we are putting some local youths, whenever any incident or any accident happens inside the village, those local youths used to help us. They used to tell us forest department is really working hard, so we should wait for some time so that they will get results. And then again, what we used to do, almost in the afternoon, we used to again check the camera traps and again PIP checking, because when we used to check camera trap in the morning, so what used to happen, if at all tiger has moved from that area in the night, if at all we are getting image on image at 9 p.m. So we are just checking camera by 6 to 8 a.m. So it's very long time to decide where tiger might have gone. So checking camera trap again in the evening will help us. Like when in the afternoon, when if at all tiger has moved in the afternoon also, then that we can capture that moment also. We could note his movement also. So in the evening by 6 o'clock, what we used to do, we used to just we have created so many forms. Like when for grazier, what we can say, those people who go for grazing, we used to create a form for them. We used to create form for we used to get the data of whenever we are getting any pug marks, whenever we are getting any camera trap location. So all those forms we used to fill up, and then in the night we used to decide what shall be the strategy of us. So you can see this is the path followed by tiger. So you can see the places where tiger has moved many times. It's like the path of the tiger is almost fixed. So you can see in the southward portion, tiger is moving from Rajura to Virur ranges also, and it's all agriculture land. It's one river is there. So based on the camera trap location, we could know the movement of the tiger, and that's why we could decide from where tiger can go to which direction. So what we have done, those people who were doing agriculture activities, we have given them, we have cautioned them through posters also. The local youths we have used for our patrolling, so that they will help us in conflict situation. Every night in the evening, we used to do announcement what we can, in Vidarbha, people used to call it as a Munari. So what every evening our staff used to make awareness among people. So this is the actually trap when we captured an animal. See the use of railway bridge, a railway tunnel for capture of tiger is the first of its kind in India. I can say in India or in world also, because no one have thought how tiger can be captured in such a way. You can see even when I passed through this tunnel, even I could not properly stand also. I have to bend and then I have to walk. So almost it's like 1.28 meter width was there, and the height of the tunnel was almost 1.60 meter. And you can see there are two images. In the second image, I am happy to share one good thing regarding this is that, and this trap was made by a local person. It was not any scientific person. The person who used to work in workshop, we have told him our requirement is like that, and that local person has come to field and he has seen all the requirements and he has prepared. He has used all the physics in this, and he has made this trap. So many a times we have to actually take help of local people who have local knowledge of the area. So this was our camera trap. So that capture cage component was there, and you can see this was the image. And I would like to tell one thing. On 27th of October we have captured tiger, but on 23rd of October we have captured tiger in another trap below the bridge. But what has happened, because of his power, he could break that trap and he could escape from that. But this time what we have done during this trap making, this door, you can see we have placed a plywood from inside, so that if at all tiger get traps inside this, he will not have any chance of moving this or biting this plywood. But still he could bite something after capture, but he could not move this gate because it was properly fixed in a channel. And that that trap door was it was in a such a way that within a second it has fallen. The mechanism was in a such a way that you can see a tiger which was, he has tried all his efforts, he has put all of his energy, and then later on he just sat and we could tranquilize him properly from a distance. And you can see when tiger is sitting, you can see just in front of him there is one plate. So that plate was camouflaged with the sand, and when tiger entered through that place, that plate, when he put his leg over that plate, and that automatically that door, both the doors of the railway tunnel got closed, and tiger got captured inside. Every day we used to do our activities, but the day on which we have captured tiger is like, it's very interesting. We have got a camera trap image in the morning, and then we have seen a fresh tiger scat also. Then we have seen fresh pugmars also, and we could see it was a regular path of the tiger. So by 11 or 11:58 only, I was knowing that tiger is moving towards the 179 compartment. So I have alerted that person that tiger may come to that area. He said, sir, I am on the Machan only, and I am just looking at trap only. So by 2:30 also, that first time this tiger was sighted by someone, and they could take photo, they could take video also of that tiger. And we were quite sure that tiger is moving in the same direction which we are expecting. And tiger got trapped in the where you can see this 179 compartment. So this was the innovative capture operation I wanted to share with you, all of you. And that's all from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Very nice presentation and very nice work, very interesting work. So very nice presentation, very nice interaction. Thank you very much, respected Mr. Arvind Munde, sir.
If anyone is having anything to ask, I am available for your
And सर खूपच म्हणजे थँक्यू याच्यासाठी की तुम्ही एवढ्या कमी वेळामध्ये तुम्ही तुमचा वेळ दिला. मीटिंग असतानाही तुम्ही मला वेळेवरती डेट चेंज करून सुद्धा तुम्ही तुमचा वेळ दिला, त्याच्यासाठी खूप थँक्यू.
I have
sir, your voice is not properly audible.
Yes, now it is clear, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. What the video you just showed here, it was to field, and this field we just experienced from the latest released Bollywood movies, that is Sherni. What was the role played by Vidya Balan as a forest officer? It was much more similar like that. And one question was arised in my mind after your presentation and after watch that movie. The question is that, sir, we can use the geographic GPS mapping for the tigers to locate where the tiger is locating in the forest.
सर तुम्ही उत्तर द्यायच्या आधी मी एक थोडंसं ऍड करेन.
Yes.
यांनी त्या मूवीचं नाव सांगितलं म्हणून जे काही ऑडियन्स आहे तिथं, तर एक चांगली गोष्ट अशी आहे, विद्या बालननी ज्यांचे ऍक्च्युली ऍक्टिंग केलेली आहे त्या मॅडम ऍक्च्युली आपल्या सरांच्याच वाईफ आहेत, आणि त्या ऑलरेडी तिथं वर्क करत होत्या, आणि त्या मूवीमध्ये सरांचं पण थोडंसं काम पण आहे, तर सर त्याच्यावरती ऍड करतील आता.
Yes, sir. I would like to listen it from you, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sangram. I was not supposed to tell that thing, but it's like that was very horrible experience for her, because I used to travel. I was posted in Pusat Forest Division and she was posted in Pandarkoda Forest Division. She has already worked in Kaziranga for almost a year, so she was having very good experience of wildlife management. But the pressure from politicians, then pressure from NGOs, and the pressure from bosses also. So she worked in such a hard situation, but that role has been played by Vidya Balan, and they have not used our names because of legal issues. But the movie was based on my wife's role, my wife's work in the Pandarkoda Forest Division. So I would like to come to the second point. It's, you have said, geo mapping of all the tigers. One thing is like that we are placing camera traps and we are not getting the GPS details of that also. So whenever we are getting any image, we are just plotting those images in Google Earth or any other software. Then we are able to know the direction of the tiger. We cannot put collar of radio collar to every tiger of our country. So real-time monitoring is very much difficult, and that collar is very expensive also. And after some times that collar has to be changed because the size of the tiger grows, and that collar may create problem for his survival also. So we are just based on the camera trap locations. We are just plotting our GPS details, and we could know from that from where tiger is moving to which area. So I think so. I have cleared. I have tried to clear your doubt.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You had cleared this. And second question is that, sir, how the population count of tigers is done?
I didn't get actually. Could you please repeat?
Actually, I want to know how the population.
How the population of the tiger is. You would like to know that.
My voice is clear, sir.
Yes.
I want to know how the population of the tigers are counted.
Your voice is not clear, but still I could get something. You wanted to know how the population status of the tiger is known. So every 2 year, almost every 2 year, All India Tiger Estimation happens in all the wildlife divisions, also in the territorial divisions also. So we put camera traps also, and based on the capture history of the tiger, we could come to know the population status of the tiger. So that is the only source right now we are having. Based on the camera traps only, we could because again and again we are getting images from that area. So from that basis only, based on the history of the camera trap, we are getting the population status in our country. I could say not in Maharashtra, but in our country itself.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And it was a very great session.
Thank you so much.
हॅलो सर.
हॅलो
सर, मी गौरी मॅडम बोलते आहे. मला तुमचं सेशन खूप आवडलं सर. खूप छान एक्सप्लेन केलं तुम्ही.
थँक्यू मॅडम. थँक्यू
सर. मला एक विचारायचं आहे तुम्हाला. मी युट्यूबर आहे. मी माझ्या चॅनलवरती TIFR GS ची जी एक्झाम आहे वाईल्ड लाईफ बायोलॉजी आणि कन्झर्वेशन साठी.
ओके मॅडम.
त्याच्यासाठी मी मुलांना गाईड करते माझ्या युट्यूब चॅनलवर.
ओके मॅडम.
तर सर, त्याच्याबद्दल तुम्ही काही सांगू शकाल का? फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट मध्ये अपॉइंटमेंट्स होतात त्या मुलांच्या, असं वेबसाईट वरती लिहिलेलं आहे. तर त्याच्यावर अजून जास्त काही तुम्ही सांगू शकाल का सर?
म्हणजे मला नाही लक्षात आलं. आपल्याला असं अपेक्षित आहे की फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट मध्ये म्हणजे अपॉइंटमेंट की रिक्रुटमेंट कशा पद्धतीने काय अपेक्षित आहे, मला नाही लक्षात आलं आपलं.
सर, ती जी एक्झाम आहे TIFR GS ची, ती एक्झाम 1 वर्षाआड असते आणि त्याच्या थ्रू फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट मध्ये अपॉइंटमेंट्स होतात. तर याच्याबद्दल काही आहे का सर, माहिती सांगू शकाल का तुम्ही?
मॅडम, फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट मध्ये रिक्रुटमेंट फक्त 2च पद्धतीने होतात. एक तर जर तुम्हाला RFO ACF बनायचं असेल तर थ्रू MPSCs होतात, आणि जर तुम्हाला DCF बनायचं असेल किंवा IFS ऑफिसर म्हणजे UPSC ची IFS एक्झाम पास झाल्यानंतरच हे UPSC MPSC होतात. पण समजा जर गार्ड आणि फॉरेस्टर लेवलच्या गार्ड लेवलच्याच म्हणू शकतो, तर गार्डचे जेव्हा रिक्रुटमेंट होते त्यासाठी पण प्रॉपरली टेस्ट होतात. त्यांना 10वी-12वीचे मार्क्स ऍड केले जातात, त्याची टेस्ट होते, त्यानंतर त्यांची फिजिकल टेस्ट होते. 5 किलोमीटर मध्ये किती कमी वेळात लोक डिस्टन्स कव्हर करतात. तर असा वेटेज असतो रिटर्नचा पण आणि फिजिकलचा. त्या व्यतिरिक्त अजून कुठल्याही ठिकाणी मी सगळ्यांना इथे सांगू इच्छितो की बऱ्याच ठिकाणी आपल्याला कुणीतरी दुसरं ऍडव्हर्टाइजमेंट घेऊन येतो फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंटमध्ये डायरेक्ट नोकरी मिळवण्याच्या. असे कुठलेही दुसरे सोर्सेस नाहीयेत. एक तर गार्ड साठी रिक्रुटमेंट असेल तर त्याला फिजिकल आणि रिटर्न टेस्ट द्यावी लागते, नाहीतर RFO आणि ACF साठी असेल तर MPSC आणि DFO साठी जनरली आपण म्हणतो तर तुम्हाला UPSC एक्झाम पास करावं लागते. या व्यतिरिक्त कुठलेही सोर्सेस ऑफ अपॉइंटमेंट नाही.
ओके सर, ओके, थँक्यू सर, थँक्यू.
थँक्यू मॅडम, थँक्यू.
Thank you so much, sir, for clearing the all doubts. And thank you for accepting our invitations and your speech. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Next
Thank you.
time. Okay. Now I would like to invite another resource person, Sangram Chauhan, sir. Scientist, Forestry, Agroforestry, ICR. Sangram, sir.
हाँ मैम, हाँ डॉक्टर रेश्मा, माझी स्क्रीन विजिबल आहे?
सर, कंटिन्यू सर.
स्क्रीन विजिबल आहे?
येस सर. स्क्रीन नाही दिसत. स्क्रीन शेअरिंग, ओके. ऑन गोइंग द स्क्रीन शेअरिंग. शेअर होते सर.
ओके, झाले?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Actually, earlier two speakers have spoken on different aspects. First one spoke on related to the grasslands and biodiversity. And before that, I will add about two things. The organizing secretary of this seminar or this webinar, Dr. Reshma, she is my BSc batchmate. We done our BSc Forestry degree from Konkan Krishi Vidyapit, Dapoli, 2005 to 2009. And the second speaker of the today's webinar, Arvind Munde sir, he was also our senior during our BSc degree, and he has shown how they are capturing tiger. Noise hotoy kaitari. Hello. Okay. So I will take you the something different. We know that biodiversity is struggling. Then even tigers also, like wildlife also having issues of conservation. So what are the management regimes? Something different than forest. We know that India's forest is increasing, but at the same time the habitat destruction is more. So is there any alternative way that we can conserve our biodiversity also, we can utilize resources also, because day-to-day life is related with our trees, plants, and we are extracting them for medicine, food, fodder. हॅलो, अनम्यूट कराल का आपण?
हो हो, अनम्यूट आहे सर, आवाज येतो.
ओके, नाही नॉइज येतोय म्हणून. तर so we will go. So friends, last week 9th August of 2021, IPCC has released its 6th report. I will take you something regarding to climate change and how climate change is one of the dangerous thing for our biodiversity, and what we can do to mitigate this climate change. So as we know that earlier we predicted that 1.5 degree increase in the temperature at the end of this century will be there, but the 6th assessment report of Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change released last week, it has mentioned that the increase in temperature will be next 20 years. So we need to have certain so many measures we need to do it, and that measures on emergency basis. Now we are under emergency situation. Till last 15 years back, no one were speaking about climate change, that temperature is increasing, rainfall is increasing, but days are reducing, cyclones are increasing. Like last month itself we have experienced, last 2 months back we have experienced a cyclone. Generally cyclone used to come in Bengal seashore, but now the frequency of the cyclones in our Arabian Sea also increased. So we need to do worry, and that worry, what we are having the ways. So there is one way, coming to the what will be the answers for this catastrophe is happening in presently in our throughout the world. So as I have mentioned that CO2, we are saying CO2 is one of the culprit for climate change, and the concentration in atmosphere, when we used to read in our books, the concentration of CO2 was only 0.03%, that is around 280 ppm. But if we see that today's in the lag of last hardly 100 years, or even last 30 to 40 years, the concentration of CO2 is around 450 ppm. So the concentration in within last 30 years, it increased by 25%. So we are really there is climate change issues are coming, and we need to act upon that. So like in 2020, the total carbon emission, if we see, our world has emitted around 65 billion tons of carbon, and among that agriculture is one of the source of this emission. Everywhere we were thinking, we are telling that deforestation is there, we are using fossil fuels, we are cutting down our forest, we are changing our scenario. So among that, agriculture also one of the reason, and we see which is producing 24% of the total emission. If we continue what we are doing today as usual, like business as usual, we will at the end of 21st century, the emission will be 77% more than the present. Coming to the India, like everyone in world, we used to say that China, then India, America, these are the prominent emitter of GHG emission. So India emits around 5% of total global emission, but these are the more thing. In 2015, we have agreed for the Paris Agreement, which told to everyone that, okay, we had pledged, even India also pledged that by 2030, we are going to sequester. What is sequester? I will see upcoming slides. We will sequester more than 3 billion tons of carbon dioxide. And for these, what are the ways? Generally, we are saying we need to go for the solar energy based. We need to stop our coal use, and we need to have more and more plantation. But where we will do plantation, that we are going to see. And also the important call on doubling farmer income. As our PM has assured that by 2022, we will be double our income. So coming to the agroforestry, the term is something new. Agroforestry means what? Simply planting the trees in agriculture land. Is it so? But there are two issues. Generally, we know our forest hello, kindly mute yourself. Hello. Hello, Reshma, can you mute them? So it was some disturbance. Okay, we will continue. So we know that Ministry of Environment and Forest and Climate Change, they are having purview of forest plantation, forest area, and Ministry of Agriculture look after our agriculture land. So the agroforestry, the two important components are trees, and second one is crop. So if we are planting trees in agriculture land, it is like agroforestry, but simply planting, it is not meaning agroforestry. Coming to the agroforestry, we are planting trees, useful trees. Useful tree means we are planting teak, we are planting neem, and there are several trees. If you are seeing the agroclimatic region of India, so from taking from temperate, as the morning sir was telling about temperate cold desert, then our another arid desert. So from temperate to till Kanyakumari, there are huge area. Our climate is different. We are having endowed with with so many trees, and these trees we are planting, either we are maintaining or our farm, or we are planting for the benefits of we are getting pure air, we are getting fuel wood, we are getting some fodder for our animals, we are getting fruits for us, and also these trees are improving our soil fertility, also providing some medicines, and so on. The agroforestry is helping in all way. Before going to the actual presentation, I would like to mention that 350 years back, our Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj has spoken about our forest and how to utilize. And we can say this is the first first forest management policy also, as far as concerned India, that he has mentioned that if we actually having the need of trees, then only we should harvest the trees, or else we need to maintain. And even if we require some trees, we try to purchase it from outside our forest, not from our own forest. And those trees has to be harvested. They are like dead, and it is our disease, and we need to have some plantation. So in 350 years ago also, our great leader Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj also has spoken our tree. So coming to the India's overview, what is the situation presently we lies, as the total geographic of India is around 329 million hectare. Among that, almost 70 million hectare area is under forest. And our productivity of forest, when we says about productivity, means how much wood we are harvesting from our forest, it's like 0.5 to 0.7 meter cube per hectare per year. If we are comparing our productivity with the foreign countries, say Germany or Brazil, their productivity is more than 5 million meter cube per hectare per year. So, and also at the same time, we have so many policies like National Forest Policy 1952, 1988, then again Conservation Forest Policy in 1980. These forest policies has mentioned that the forest we should not harvest the timber from our forest. We have to do some other arrangements. Say we have to plant these economical important trees. So some examples I would like to add, like teak we are using for furniture, eucalyptus another one tree, Melina arborea, that is we are telling Shivan, or Gamhar, that is another one tree. Neem is there, Acacia nilotica, then Mahua, the important one trees in Vidarbha region, where so many tribal people are using that for their livelihood security. And so many trees are there, and at same time we are using so many paper for printing, paper for photo paper, and so that demand is huge. Like per capita demand of India is around 7 to 10 kg of papers per capita we are using. And if same demand, if we are seeing in foreign countries, they are having more 200 kg of paper per year they are utilizing per person. In India it is like hardly 7 to 10 tons. So from where this paper will come, from where that wood will come. So this all wood, we are having a huge demand for wood, for our fuel wood, fodder, fiber, even for timber. And so we require some industrial plantation. And so this agroforestry is emerged from this. Coming to agroforestry is not a new concept. From our forefathers or from so many generations, we are maintaining trees on our farm or nearby our home, and there are different trees. We are having traditional agroforestry system as well as some commercial systems. If we are see, the map is showing the major agroforestry system. Agroforestry, they are having different types also. Simply we are planting trees in with crops. We are telling it is as an agri-silviculture system. Then another one system is there, agro-silvopastoral system. Some fodder trees or fodder crops we are growing with the trees. So it is like a agri-silvopastoral system. There are more than 24 types of systems are there, and region to region it varies. So coming to the you can see the first two photos from Himalaya. in Himalaya, Grevia oftiva, one species is there, and also Poplar deltoides. These species are planted in Himalaya. Then second row of photos, it is like Indo-Gangetic plains from Haryana, Punjab, some western UP till Bengal, like Gangetic region. So there also people are some Melia species they are planting. Then coming to our desert or central plateau, where we are planting khejdi and then Imblica officinalis. Then coming to our region, say that central India or some part of southern part, where we are growing bamboos and some Melina arborea or other tree species. And coming to our coastal, we are having different region where we are planting mostly coastal trees like coconut, and also some areas like Kerala, some area of Karnataka, Assam, where we are having our tea gardens. There we are using some trees for the shade. Then the one paper I have published which states that the agroforestry area in India, as far as the estimate of Central Agroforestry Research Institute, the organization purview of Indian Council of Agriculture, that is under Ministry of Agriculture, they have put up the area is in India. This was the first figures in 2015. We come up that okay, 13.75 million hectare area is under agroforest, and same time Forest Survey of India, the FSI under MOEF, they also come up with nearby figure that around 11 million hectare area is under forest. These are the major agroforestry system like block plantation we see here, and there are small patches where farmer plants 6 into 6 feet teak or eucalyptus. Then eucalyptus also there some we keep maintain trees on boundaries, some scattered trees on our farm. And for fodder purpose also we have some different trees like alley cropping. We are planting Lucana leucocephala subabul with some grasses. So earlier, as I mentioned, in our forefather used to maintain some trees on our boundaries, and these trees actually helps to improve our soil. So agroforestry, this picture states the agroforestry soil baskets, where the trees through the process of nitrogen or biological nitrogen fixation, nitrification, they maintains our soil status, where for the growth of crop we required 18 essential nutrients, among that nitrogen, phosphorus, calcium, magnesium, potassium, and so on. There are total 16 to 18 nutrients are using. So these trees helps to through the litter deposition. So these trees improves our soil. Then coming to the India, there are like region wise I have mentioned that different tree species which are actually we are planting for commercial uses, like industrial purpose. From takes example from poplar in north Indo-Gangetic plain, eucalyptus in even in parts of Vidarbha, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and some parts of Madhya Pradesh. We are having teak throughout the India, excluding northeast region and Himalaya region. Teak is everywhere. Shisham, that is Shisu, the Albergia Shisu. This area also more. Then Acacia mangium. Then some fruit trees are there. Mulberry. These are the prominent system. Among that, I will take some system the farmers are following, and they are planting some if we take the example of teak. Teak is planted in India more than 25 million, more than 7 million hectare area in India officially. And farmers likes to plant this tree. At the end of rotation of almost 20-25 years, farmers are able to get a good amount like 1,000 to 2,500 rupees cubic feet wood is sold in the market. And there are different spacings we can follow for planting, and different crops like first 4 to 5 years. When trees are very small, we can take various pulses, soybeans, then cottons, and also in Rabi also we can take some important agricultural crop. In similar way, I have explained about eucalyptus also. Eucalyptus, one of the major tree species. Whatever plywood we are getting in our homes, it is from eucalyptus, and it is also giving a very good revenue to the farmers. In 1 hectare we can harvest more than 200 tons of wood from these, and at the end, like 6 years of rotation after planting of 6 years, we can get around 1 lakh to 1.5 lakhs rupees from these trees per hectare per year. Bamboo in India consists of more than 136 species. In India, among that, 8 to 9 species are recommended to plant in Maharashtra, like Dendrocalamus toxi, Dendrocalamus strictus, then Bambusa bambos, Bambusa katang, then around Bambusa tulda, Bambusa brandisi. These are the some of the species, and under the mission National Bamboo Mission and our forest department as well as the agriculture department, we promote bamboo on farmers' land with some subsidy coming from Atal Samruddhi Bamboo Yojana also, National Bamboo Mission also, and National Agroforestry Mission, that is submission on agroforestry. We provide the subsidy for bamboo to the farmers. Then earlier I have mentioned that carbon is one of the evil which creates or which is one of the reason for climate change, increasing temperature. So how these trees are helping to sequester problem? The carbon sequestration, as we know that we are like those are science students, they know that through the process of photosynthesis, the carbon molecules are sequestered, used for preparation of the food, which is stored in the form of glucose, and this deposition of this carbon dioxide in the form of stem, then leaves, we able to sequester carbon from the atmosphere. So these trees are not only through the process of photosynthesis, but by leaf litter. Hello.
पण कोणते टाकायचे आता भरमसाठ आहे अशी चॉईस नाही करता. तिथे देशपांडे, इथं मी, आणि ते त्रास देतात. ते 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 चालत नाही, नसतं नाही, तुमची वेबसाईट असं नाही काढता येत.
हॅलो, प्लीज म्यूट युअरसेल्फ.
फोटो पण नाही हे आता 2 फुटात दाखवलं थोडं जबरदस्त फोटो आहे. ग्राउंडचं ते कळत असतात.
Okay, we'll continue. So through the process of carbon sequestration, here the figure states that how atmospheric carbon is sequestered in the form of different forms. Also, another way is like our nutrient, like denitrification or nitrification or decomposition. Whatever leaf litter is there, through the process of microorganism, we are fixing in the form of soil, that is soil organic carbon. Then we will compare the two systems. One is open system or open grassland, with the another one system is the silvipasture system. The study is carried out at Jhansi, where I earlier I have posted. And so in this study, like Acacia nilotica is planted with the Centrus ciliaris, one Anjan grass is there, and that grass is widely used for our animals. So these two systems are there in open condition. Also, the Centrus ciliaris was planted. So you see the biomass after 1 year. How that? So this the picture is for the research was carried out for up to 10 years, and after 10 years, we can see the grasses can able to put biomass of 2.5 tons per hectare, and compared to the biomass in roots was around 1 ton, and in soil around 10 tons. Means it's able to put it soil carbon is around 10 ton. But when we are comparing, so by comparing these three, we are adding the three in open condition, we can able to add biomass or carbon of 13 tons, around 13 tons per hectare. But if we are introducing trees in this open system, the scenario is completely changed. More than 3 to 4 times more carbon is sequestered in the form of this system. Like in trees sequester more than 14 tons of carbon in the form of leaves, then branches, then stem and roots, and grasses can able to take 2 tons. So overall system is able to sequester carbon of 57.37 tons. So it is almost 4 times more than the open system. Then another one study like eucalyptus, I have earlier mentioned. The study is carried out at Haryana. I have done my PhD from Haryana, and during my PhD, I have seen the effect of different planting geometries of Eucalyptus teratocornis on carbon sequestration. So in 1 hectare, almost 1100 stems of or seedlings of eucalyptus planted in 2009, and in 2016, after 7 to 8 years, I harvested these plantation, and the biomass wise, like component wise, like we separated leaves, branches, then main stem, roots also destructive sampling we have carried out, and we able to find out the 1011, like I said, 1100 stems were standing in 1 hectare area with the crops, like barley was the crop which we grown up to 8 years. And at the end of 8 years, the whole crop was able to give 25 tons of carbon. Carbon after 8 years of growing. And in coming, like trees, the whole main carbon was sequestered or deposited or stored in the bowl. It was around 117 tons of carbon in the bowl. Then in leaves around 5 tons, and branches was 12 tons. And through the process of decomposition, we able to sequester around 45 tons of carbon in up to 90 centimeter depth, soil depth, and the root able to sequester around 32 tons of. So overall, this system can able to sequester more than 237 tons. Such a huge amount of carbon was sequestered. So also I will add another one country level study I have done, as was I was among the co-PI in that project. The project was given by Ministry of Agriculture, and it was related to how much trees are standing in India on farmers field. We have always, we can do the surveys for forest survey, FSI do survey for forest department, but for agriculture we are not able to know how much trees are standing and how much carbon is sequestered from that trees. So we got opportunities from 2013 to 2019, almost 6 to 7 years we had throughout the India survey, and we able to survey this more than 60 districts of 16 states. And from at the end of our team visited various villages. We have quantified trees, and by using remote sensing and GIS like lease floor data, we utilized we able to calculate the carbon sequestration on farmers field. And we are proud that we say that Maharashtra always it is leading in agriculture and other things. Even in agroforestry area also Maharashtra was leading, and Maharashtra was able to sequester around 0.8 tons of carbon per hectare per year. It is per year. And the average of all 17 states around 0.35. So this like a national scenario I will mention. The at the end of our project, we able to map out our whole in India, almost 17 states, and we got the area of 23 million hectare area throughout the India, which consists of trees. Then the carbon sequestration potential was like around 8.13 million carbon per hectare per year. When we convert this figure into CO2 equivalents by multiplying CSP with 3.67 figure, it gives around 29 million tons of carbon sequestered. 29 tons of million tons of carbon sequestered throughout the country. And our emission means, like in 2012, our total overall emission of our country was 1,800 million tons. So the trees on farmers field able to mitigate around 1.6, around 2% of total emission. Then as I told, like environmentally, we are our trees are helping us to sequester carbon. On similar way, these trees are providing livelihood to so many people. In India, millions of people dependent on trees. They are living in the forest, and they are collecting numerous non-timber forest products, all some fuel wood also. So coming to the various, like the study was carried out in Bundelkhand region, mainly the 14 districts of Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh, 7 districts from each each state. And I was posted there earlier for 7 years. I worked there. Now I am posted at Maharashtra. So I able to find out. I had like livelihood survey and seen many people dependence on like Mohua, as earlier mentioned, for flowers and seeds. Then Butia monosperma, that is Palash, or Palash we generally say. For the leaves of Palash is used for making dona. Then lac also grown on this Palash tree, and the leaves that their flowers mainly used for preparation of dye. Then second tree was the Phoenix sylvestris, that is khajur tree. The pinne or leaves of that tree is used widely used for making jhadu or brooms. Then chatai making also. So many peoples of that region involved in preparation of these. Then the fruits of that phoenix trees like khajur for edible purpose we used to use. Also the khajur tree was used for preparation of jaggery. The region one tribal region at Bundelkhand, more specifically near Jhansi, some people involved in preparation of jaggery, they used to extract the sap of phoenix and they used. Then, and similar way, there are some bamboo like Dendrocalamus strictus. The sticks used for as a source of livelihood, and there are some other vines they used for edible purpose. So the study carried out, and we have seen that various tree species, like say example of Butia. Butia is used for production of gum, lac, and dona preparation. Some families of 4 people, they used to earn income of from gum. It is around 1,500. This is per year income. And dona making used to give around 25,000 income. In similar way, the khajur tree, the leaves are used for making brooms. Around 45,000 they used to earn for from a year, the family of 4 people. Then flowers of mahua, specifically like April to June or April to May, the window was there for collection of flowers, and that flowers used for several food additives. And the one family like say 4 people used to sell the total flowers of 15,100. And tendu, another one, Diospyros melanoxylon, like bidi patta. Tendu patta also farmers used to collect, and they used to earn around 15,000. The study was published in Current Science in 2016. And also from bamboo, also some farmers or some local peoples used to earn around 22,000 per hectare. No doubt, if we are comparing this family income of yearly income with us, it is very meager. But actually, those people are staying in the forest. They earn this income, and this is like extra income. Also, they do some agriculture, but we know that from agriculture hardly we earn 6 to 10,000 per year if we are deducting our expenses. Then coming to the another one, I already told, we are bestowed with so many trees. Religiously, Adar directa, indica, neem. Neem also very much useful tree. And in India, if we see the population, this tree, more than 25 million trees are standing in throughout the India, more specifically the central plateau, like Deccan Plateau. And in pan India, we are using one or other way the neem leaves, the wood, their neem oil, even seeds. But currently, as in the scenario of climate change, like say in 2015 onwards, Ministry of Fertilizers and others, and Ministry of Agriculture, now whatever urea we are getting as a fertilizer, it is blended with, or it is coated with neem oil. The research says that if the urea is coated with neem oil, it's able to produce, means whatever emission we are getting, nitrous oxide, it's reduced by say more than 20%. So whatever urea we are using throughout the India, it is coated with neem and neem oil, and so neem is in news. So I say that neem also one of the potential commodity which can provide us livelihood to farmers. As I mentioned, roadside on our field we are having neem, and one full grown tree can at least it can produce 30 to 50 kg of neem. and that tree can use around 10% of oil is there. So we can extract that oil, and that can be sell. Presently, more than 60% of neem oil or neem products we are importing from African countries. So there is wide demand that we can develop a value chain which can be useful. As mentioned, there are different tree species. Like industrially, we can plant it in the form of silviculture, where trees can be used. Then silvipasture, silvihorticulture, alley cropping for fodders. Then protein bank also we can get fodder from there. Like in villages nowadays, so many farmers are changing their, like in COVID, after COVID, so many people started goat farming, and goat is required a diverse type of fodders. So we can grow so many trees. Also trees can be planted as a windbreak. So many ecosystem services we can get it. And coming to the different products, what products we can get from the trees, like residue, whatever residue is there, we can use for briquette making, like densified material. That material can be used as a fuel wood. We can make particle boards from our trees, whatever timber we are harvesting, we are branching. Then also we can animal feeds, we can prepare it. Then briquettes, pellets, and these can be used in the industries. We can make it our paper, then match splints, small like wooden spoons, or forks. Even our napkin paper also can be prepared from these. So many arenas are available to make it. Also some of the anti-cubes, like our so many toys also we can prepare with this. Like some of the important, like santalum album is there, we can use for preparation of different artisans. And we can get it this antique material, and it can give us large. This is my second last slide. Hello. Hello. So this is my second last lab. When I was posted at Central Agroforestry Research Institute, I able to produce with my team has come up with a farm tree application. The application helps farmer. It is in bilingual language. Presently, it is in English and Hindi language. You can go in your Play Store and you can download this farm tree app for Android users. And this farm tree has 25 trees, information from planting to till harvesting. How to plant, what spacing we can plant it, what are the different tending operations, like cutting, lopping, harvesting. Then various, if suppose there are some diseases and insect attacks, how we can control that. So we have, like, it is a complete package and practice for important tree species from teak, bamboo, eucalyptus, casuarina, even neem, acacia nilotica. Some fodder trees also mentioned, like santalum album, some very valuable trees, santalum album, like red sandals, mahogany. So many trees are mentioned here. So you can download it in the name of farm tree, and it will be helpful. And everywhere we see, when World Environment Day or even Plantation Week comes, we start planting trees. So planting is one of the easiest thing we can do. But when after planting, we are not there to see. Just we will take one selfie, or we take photo, we will upload in the social media, and we will tell, okay, we have planted this much tree. Like even so many governments, state governments in India, they are planting crores of trees. But where these trees are growing, if we see the data of last 10 years, I think so more than 5,000 crores of trees planted throughout the India. If really that trees are on ground, we can say there is no need of forest. We can get man-made forest itself throughout the India, but it is not happening because there are so many processes. I am the one study given by CIFOR and IQAC. I have taken some important points, like when we are going for planting, we don't know exact the source. In case of agriculture, agriculture universities are providing seeds. There are so many varieties. For cotton also, we are having BT cotton and we are planting. High yielding trees are planting. But in case of trees, simply we are collecting trees from any tree. We are not seeing its inherent characteristic, its its characteristics of whether it will give good quality tree or very fast growing tree. We are thinking any seed is good. So it is not like that. We required some mother trees. We need to conserve that trees, and we have to take seeds from that tree alone. Then we are thinking once we are planting, our job is done. But it is not our job is done. If that planted tree, at least one tree, if we are helping, and at least first 1 year, if you are taking care, so that tree can be saved. And another one, like third point, is all trees are easy to grow. No, there are certain trees we required, so many challenges are there. No tree like our in our family, when small child is there, we are taking care. In such a type, we need to take care at least 1 year. And also we can plant trees at anywhere. So it is not like that we cannot plant anywhere. Morning we heard the lecture on grassland, and presently the unscientific thing is there. We are planting exotic tree in the grassland by making trenches and like water saving structures, and we are actually damaging our natural vegetation of that grassland. Then third thing, that tree planting is a top to down process. No, it is not top to down process. It is down to top process. The main persons, planting persons, are our main farmers, our public. These persons only has to take care of this. And the last option, last point is the tree planting is the only way to restore degraded land. Yes, it is one of the option, but not the only option. There are so many other options also there, based on the permeability and its affordability or suitability. We can do this option. So friends, thank you. And I will also tell you, there is one organization, National Institute of Abiotic Stress Management. It is situated at Baramati. Anytime you can visit there. The organization completely works on research arena. We works on abiotic stress caused by, like what we see last 15 days back or 1 month back in Kolhapur or Konkan region. So huge rainfall in 124 hours. We got 600 mm of rainfall in 24 hours, and we've seen that everywhere landslides and everything. So we need to intact our natural forest, and also same time we need to plant so many trees in our agriculture also, because nowadays temperature is increasing, trees is having its own effect. The shade can helps to grow properly, and we can able to maintain the temperature at normal stage. Once the temperature is increasing beyond 1.5 degree in next 20 to 30 years, more than 3 to 4 billion people will be in risk. And for that we need to plant, we need to join our hands together, and we need to plant more and more multi-purpose trees in our agriculture land or our any degraded land. Even some wastelands are there. So I urge everyone, and once I thank you, the organizers of this webinar, for providing me opportunity to present in front of these diversified people. And also I personally thank you, Dr. Reshma, for inviting me for a lecture. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, respected Dr. Sangram Chavan sir. Very nice and very informative session. And it is a very useful for the farmer. It will be, this agroforestry topic is very benefit for environmentally also, economically and socially also. Okay. So it is a agroforestry field is a very benefit, and it is a very useful. So thank you so much, Sangram sir. Next, now I would like to invite chairperson of this webinar, Principal Captain Dr. Prashant Kote sir, for presidential address. Over to you, sir.
हॅलो, आवाज येतो का?
Yes, sir.
येस, ओके. जय जिजाऊ. महाराष्ट्राचं आराध्य दैवत छत्रपती शिवराय, आम्हा शिवपरिवाराचं आराध्य दैवत डॉक्टर पंजाबराव उपाख्य भाऊसाहेब देशमुख, या दोन्ही महामानवांना मी प्रथम अभिवादन करतो. आज वनस्पती शास्त्र आणि सूक्ष्मजीवशास्त्र तसेच IQAC यांच्या संयुक्त विद्यमानं हा जो या ठिकाणी जो वेबिनार आयोजित केलेला आहे, या वेबिनारचे घेण्याच्या मागचा उद्देश हा या ठिकाणी एकंदर जी नैसर्गिक जी हानी होत आहे ती तिचं संवर्धन होण्याच्या अनुषंगानं घेण्याचा मागचा मानस होता. महाविद्यालयाच्या आजच्या हे जे महाविद्यालय आहे, ज्यांच्या नेतृत्वात आणि मार्गदर्शनात या महाविद्यालयाची वाटचाल सुरू आहे, असे श्री शिवाजी शिक्षण संस्थेचे अध्यक्ष माननीय श्री हर्षवर्धनजी देशमुख साहेब, संस्थेचे उपाध्यक्ष माननीय श्री नरेशचंद्रजी ठाकरे साहेब, डॉक्टर रामचंद्रजी शेळके साहेब, माननीय ॲडव्होकेट गजाननराव पुणकर साहेब आणि सर्व कार्यकारी सदस्य यांच्या मार्गदर्शनात या महाविद्यालयाची एक विकास या ठिकाणी होत आहे. त्यांचाही या ठिकाणी मी नाव उल्लेख करणं गरजेचं आहे. आज या वेबिनारला जे उद्घाटक म्हणून आपल्याला लाभले ते माझे मित्र डॉक्टर प्रशांत गावंडे सर, संत गाडगेबाबा अमरावती विद्यापीठ वनस्पती शास्त्र विभागात कार्यरत आहे. त्यांचंही मी या ठिकाणी स्वागत करतो. आपले रिसोर्स पर्सन, या वेबिनार लाभले रिसोर्स पर्सन श्री अरविंद मुडे साहेब, भारतीय वनसेवा अधिकारी चंद्रपूर महाराष्ट्र, आणि दुसरे आपले प्रमुख वक्ते डॉक्टर संग्राम चव्हाण सर, जे मालेगाव बारामती पुणे येथून या ठिकाणी लाभले आहेत. या तिन्ही वक्त्यांनी एकंदर पर्यावरणाच्या अनुषंगाने या ठिकाणी आपल्याला अतिशय योग्य असं मार्गदर्शन, सखोल असं मार्गदर्शन केलं. जसं पृथ्वी सजीवांमध्ये आढळणाऱ्या विविधतेला जैविक विविधता म्हणतात, आणि त्या अनुषंगानं या जैविक विविधतेच्या ज्या वेगवेगळ्या शाखा आहेत, जसं अणुकीय विविधता, जनुकीय विविधता आणि जाती विविधता, तसंच परिसंस्था विविधता, तर या एकंदर या शाखांच्या अनुषंगानं या जैविक विविधतेचं संगोपन करणं किती महत्वाचं आहे. आणि एकंदर या ठिकाणी या एकंदर पर्यावरणात जे मनुष्यानं जो या ठिकाणी हस्तक्षेप करून एकंदर या ठिकाणी या पर्यावरणाचा हानी पोहोचवली आहे, आणि त्यामुळे एकंदर त्याचे परिणाम जे आहे ते मानवाला भोगावं लागत आहे. आणि म्हणून एकंदर त्या दृष्टिकोनात अवेअरनेस व्हावं, या दृष्टिकोनातून आपल्याला अवेअरनेस करण्यासाठी या वेबिनारचं आयोजन करण्यात आलं होतं. आणि त्यावर योग्य असं सखोल असं मार्गदर्शन या तिन्ही वक्त्यांनी केलं. त्याबद्दल महाविद्यालयाचा प्राचार्य म्हणून मी डॉक्टर प्रशांत गावंडे सर, श्री अरविंद मुडे साहेब आणि डॉक्टर संग्राम चव्हाण सर या सर्वांचे महाविद्यालयातर्फे आभार मानतो आणि या ठिकाणी माझे अध्यक्षीय भाषण संपवतो. थँक्यू.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to invite Mr. Praveen Sarkate, sir, Department of Botany, for the vote of thanks. Over to you, sir.
My voice is clear, madam? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, madam. Now we are going to last part of our webinar, that is vote of thanks. First of all, I pay my sincere tribute to Rajmata Rashtramata Jijamata Sahib, our inspiration, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, visionary founder, president of Shri Shivaji Education Society, Amravati, Dr. Panjabrao Upakya Bhausaheb Deshmukh, and Karmayogi Sant Gadge Baba. Good afternoon to one and all participants, honorable dignitaries, distinguished and expert resource person, delegates, respected teachers and research scholars. On behalf of Department of Botany, Microbiology and IQAC, Jijamata Mahavidyalaya Buldana, I, Praveen Sarkate, express our special thanks to our mentor, Honorable Sri Harshvardhanji Deshmukh Sahib, President of Sri Shivaji Education Society, Amravati, who is the source of encouragement and motivation for us. This webinar would have not been possible without the support and guidance of Chairperson, respected Principal Captain Dr. Prashant Ji Kote sir, I extend my sincere gratitude to them. I extend my very heartfelt thanks to our inaugural guest, Honorable Dr. Prashant Gawande sir, Associate Professor, Department of Botany, Sant Gadge Baba, Amravati University, Amravati. Extend of very hearty vote of thanks to both distinguished speakers for gracing this webinar with your informative, inspiring, and knowledgeable talks. I would like to share few lines for today's speaker. सर, आपके आने से मन का कमल हमारा खिल गया, आपके आने से मन का कमल हमारा खिल गया, कष्ट तो जरूर हुए आपको, लेकिन गौरव हमारा बढ़ गया, लेकिन गौरव हमारा बढ़ गया. We are really very thankful to Mr. Arvind Munde sir, Deputy Conservator of Forest Central, Chanda Forest Division, Chandrapur, for accepting our invitation and for your practically useful guidance on innovative, successful capture operation of tiger. Thank you, sir, for your valuable time and informative talk. Now, I would express our equally heartfelt gratitude towards today's another distinguished speaker, Dr. Sangram Chauhan, sir, scientist, forestry, agroforestry, ICAR, National Institute of Abiotic Stress Management, Malegaon, Baramati, Pune, for his excellent guidance on agroforestry for livelihood and environmental security. Thank you very much for your insight on your topic. I am also very grateful to all participants, research scholar, academician for your overwhelming response for different state of the country. The success of this webinar is all yours. Thank you very much. This event is not of this event is a result of teamwork, cooperation, and mutual effort. So I thank all members of organizing committee, IQAC, and all those who have expended their helping hands to make this event successful. So once again, I thanks one and all. We are a small request to all participants to please submit your feedbacks with correct email ID and other details. We are hopeful to meet again for such academic event in future too. Finally, a heartfelt thank you to all who directly or indirectly contribute to the success of this webinar. Thank you very much, one and all, and have a safe and healthy time. With the permission of organizing committee, I declare here session is over. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sarkate sir. Thank you. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you all. Thank you very much.
This webinar is over. So thanks, one and all. We will meet in next webinar.
Thank you, Sangram sir. Thank you.